Hello everyone, welcome to Fatal Frame 3, The Tormented. So, I've been wanting to play this for quite some time now, and why don't we go ahead and kick things off for the month of October, Scary Month, with Fatal Frame 3, and see what happens. Last two was actually really good, but I have no doubt in my mind that the ending of this one's going to involve one of the two women that's in this game to die. And then the only way we're going to get the quote-unquote good ending is if we play it again, which I haven't done that in the other two. So, we're going to go ahead and play this. New game. We're going to stick to normal. I don't know how easy is, but we're going to stick to normal. We want to keep that fear factor in. Well, I can done tell what just happened. Car wreck. She's very pretty, though. Someone's already dead. Oh, he is very dead.
Should we get going?
I heard this house was haunted. Too bad it's not.
Rumors are just rumors. I'm gonna load these up.
Hello.
You?
Yep, we're already into the scary thing of it. That did not take long at all. Also, she's not wearing the same outfit she was wearing earlier. Hello. That's not a way in. Interesting. Also, the controller stopped vibrating. I'm guessing the ghost disappeared. Ooh. That was quite a bit. Oh, hello. Oh yeah. Yeah, talismans on a door. That's always comforting. I missed it. Well, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm not dead. That would explain why it wasn't fading out. This is already starting to freak me out now.
Stay here forever.
You cannot save right now. Oh well, dadgum. This room already has the creepy GB vibes on me. Oh, hello, you.
Wait! There's still something I need to say.
Scary girl with long hair and a dress. Oh! What are you doing with those hammers and stakes? Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Are you okay?
No, I've been freaked out!
It was nothing.
Oh, that was just an introduction scene, okay. Well, for an introduction, it works. And we have our title, guys. Okay, so let's see. We have a dead boyfriend, followed by the fact that she's, I'm guessing, going back in time, or revisiting the past, I'm not sure what you want to call it. But also, too, had to face a ghost that we couldn't really phase out. And we've got ourselves a premise of where someone was trying to drive stakes on our protagonist girl. So, yeah, so far Fatal Frame is already kicking into gear. Hour 1. The sign. Quick draw McGraw here. There we go. It's like pull the camera out and took a picture, not realizing. She certainly likes to take forever opening the door. Also, hold on a second. I get the funny feeling that this audio is not wanting to, I mean, the sound effects are kicking in, but not the audio. It's like, the audio is very low. Gameplay. That ain't it. System settings. Let me turn up the volume for you guys, because this audio is very low. Damn it, I missed them. There is a strangely shaped Japanese chest. Some of the doors seem to be locked. I can't open them. There are some old bowls inside the stored chests. They all seem to be broken. I can't see any that have kept their original shape. Oh, great. What have we got here? Are we going to encounter our first ghost to tackle on? No, you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't push the camera that I'm going to be using with a ghostly hand. You don't do that. Something is reflecting light. Camera obscura. It's an old-fashioned bellows camera. Some kind of optical markings. Its chest metal cover the whole body. It still looks to be in good condition. There is some old-fashioned writing carved on the back. Camera obscura. Maybe that's the name of the camera. Basic functions and shoot. Instructions added to file. You can consult the file screen by choosing File for the menu. Okay, we have our camera obscura, which is the weapon of choice in this game. That would also explain why we haven't done a thing with it. Okay, so now we can save. Excuse me. Good coffee. Yeah, like I need to be strummed up on coffee during a scary game. That's probably not the best ideal. Why does she take forever opening doors? Like, was Fatal Frame 2 and 1 like that? I mean, record, it's been 2 years since I played the last one, so it's hard to say. Also, is it wrong for me to say that I like her butt? Like, no offense. This is a scary game as it is, so, I mean, is it wrong for me to like that? A peephole has been opened in the wall. The sound seems to come from here. Stand in front of the hole. Okay. There's that thing. A woman is crouching down on the other side of the sliding door. It sounds like she's crying.
Go away!
Ahem. Ooh, very scary. The door panels are torn, and I can see into the room. It's a big room, and several lights seem to be burning, but it's dark in the corners and hard to see. Okay, so I can't get through there. Did I just walk into a big circle? I believe I did. Yeah, it's just one big circle. Hello, scary lady. Again. Also, we're getting a lot of points, too, so... Oh, wow, that's why we're getting a lot of points. It takes a lot of points to level it up. So in other words, we need 6,000 more to go. Great! Okay, so... Alright. There we go. Damn it, I missed him. Do we want to climb up these? Yeah, we do. Might as well see if there is anything up here. Oh, it's locked. The door is locked. The keyhole is engraved with a bellflower design. So in other words, if we have a bellflower key, we'll know that that's what we need. Wait, what the? It's sealed by some strong power. Okay, nothing's inside those. So in other words, 2 doors are locked. On top of the barrel is a stone the size of a human head. There is a small smell of dye. Maybe someone has been dyeing something here. Yeah. Sure, keep thinking that.
Where did he go?
Hello! Scary girl! Behind you, pretty lady, behind you! The exploration of battle controls has been added to files. Get back! Get back! Get back! Oh gosh, that's horrifying! Please stop making that horrifying face. Look, it's one thing if you get close to my face. It's another thing when you decide to go for the scary face. It's like, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Oh, gosh. Okay. Yeah, we got a long way to go. Oh, gosh, have we got a long way to go. There we go. Wow, 2,000 points.
Yes, if I had died with everyone else, then are you alright? Everyone!
Oh, shit. Get your camera out, girl. Get your flipping camera out. Pull the camera. Oh, that's too close!
Let me sleep forever.
She woke up. Oh, thank goodness you're awake. Oh, shit.
Ray? Is everything okay?
No, everything's not okay.
I heard you cry out. Oh, I was worried. You've been having so many nightmares lately.
What? I'm fine.
But
I just had a bad dream.
It was all just a dream. Yeah, keep telling yourself that, lady. Anyway, I better get up. The tattoo lady. The bruise appears. During the course of the game, when you find new information, it will be recorded in the notebook. When there is new entries in the notebook, the title will appear in the top right. You can access the notebook from the menu. If you press the L1 button while the item name is shown in the top right, you can refer to that item. Let's see. I felt a sharp pain in my shoulder when I woke up. For a moment, I thought I could see some kind of bruise on my skin, but when I looked again, there was nothing there. Was it just a dream? Let's see. The abandoned house. It wasn't motivated enough to find out much about the place before I went, but all I knew was that it was supposed to be haunted. What was behind the strange daydream vision I had in that house in the snow? Was I just worn out? Still scared by the accident? Or are the rumors true? Was he really there? The ruined house I wandered in my dream, the night I got back after my vision on that assignment, something about it reminded me of the haunted house where I saw you. It seemed too real to be a dream. Daydreams? Visions? Maybe I'm just tired. Let's see. You also. My fiancé. He was an editor who worked on books of folklore, philosopher, and anthropology. We met as students. He was the opposite of me in every way, quiet and kind, like gently falling rain, like a soft shower that washes everything clean. He passed away 2 months ago in an accident caused by my careless driving. Miku Hasekiya. I'm going to butcher that name entirely. Miku Hisakaya, younger sister of Yu's best friend. She lives with me now and works as my assistant. I haven't met her brother. Yu told me she had lost a relative in an accident. She helps me out in all kinds of ways, not just with work. She's cheerful and hard-working. If not for her, I don't know how I would have made it through after you passed away. The Tattoo Woman. The woman who appeared in my dream of the manor, her whole body covered in a blue tattoo. She came closer and I ran away before I knew what was happening. All I remember is an intense fear. I can still feel her cold stabbing fingers on the back of my shoulder where she touched me. It's hard to believe it was only a dream. The mother and child who appeared in my dream is old-fashioned kimonos. They were looking for someone, calling out in sad voices to him. Who could they be? Who could they be indeed, is the question. My clothes are thrown carelessly into the closet. I've never been a tidy person, and unless I make a real effort, things soon get like this. Miku must not have seen it here yet. She would never have left it in this state.
Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Ree. It looks like it's going to rain all day today, too. You don't have to work so much this week, so why don't you try to relax? Ree, you've been working too hard lately. You were woke up by a bad dream this morning. Not to mention what happened when we were out collecting data the other day. Anyway, let's try to take it easy today. That reminds me, there was a letter. It's addressed to you. Letters from Key. Dear you, sorry for not writing for so long. How are things with your fiancé? I'm counting my investments on the urban legend. Like I thought, my niece's symptoms bear many similarities to the strange disease associated with the urban legend. I think most of the stories in groundless rumors, but I've heard there was a psychiatric study done. If you have it, I'd like to see it. Maybe it will prove a clue. I'm taking a break for all my other works to devote myself to studying the urban legend. I like your help. According to the documents I've studied, that camera I sent you is apparently a rare camera obscura. Given where I found it, it may have some connection to the missing people and the urban legend. If you hear anything, please let me know. Regards, Ki Akariya. It's from Ki Akariya. He's written several times before. Have you still not told him about you? Yu's camera obscura? I wonder if it would be in Yu's room. So the question is, where is Yu's room? This is Miku's room. Even if this is my house, I don't really like to go into her room without permission. I know Miku wouldn't care at all, though. Okay, so that's Miku's room. There was something about some sort of camera obscura that you own written in that letter. The camera obscura. Could it be the same camera I saw in my dreams?
Ray, may I help you with something?
Oh, I just wanted to ask you. Okay.
It's raining really hard right now. I think I see the camera. That's it right there. On the shelf are a letter and a camera similar to the one I saw in my dream. It looks like the letter is from Kai. Dear you, during my research on the manner of sleep, urban legend, I finally made it to a certain deserted village lost even from the map. I found this camera in a huge abandoned house near that village. My niece Mono, when Mayu disappeared, she caused you a lot of trouble, so you probably remember her. Saw this camera and she was scared stiff. I wonder if it reminds her of that unspeakable incident. Mayu. As in Mayu from Fatal Frame 1? I think. It's been a while since I remember any of their names, so I may be wrong. For now, I'd like you to take care of the camera. You know about antiques, so could you look it over for me? I don't think you'll be able to reach me for a bit, but I'll contact you, so let me know what you find then. Regards, Ki Akuria. Again, I know I might be mispronouncing all of this stuff, but still. Could this camera be the same as the camera obscura I saw in my dream? There is still an old film inside the camera obscura. Musty film. I think that's all I really needed. There are typed and handwritten letters on the desk, along with several books. I have hardly touched anything in here since that day. I just couldn't bring myself to tidy everything away. There is a notebook left out, on the top of the desk. Perhaps somebody was in the middle of working. Many of the urban legends classified as Lost Village are modeled on real incidents, such as a village was ruined when one villager massacred the others. They are often an augmentation of well-known actual incidents, legend, or oral traditions. Settings such as the isolated mountain village or begone customs like night tidies or ceremonies often add to trigger the incident themselves, and these in turn become the motive of urban legends. The reason for the popularity of urban legends may lie in the notion of the view of the country from the city, or the modern bias towards the incident. Towards the ancient, I believe? I don't know. To people in the modern city, the village is the wilderness, and those who live there are different. Perhaps that scorn or fear finds expressions in the urban legend. For that reason, the setting of the legend must be the isolated mountain village. Further, bygone customs are attractive elements that end up acting to provoke the innocent. As a case in point, there is a story about the area around the Minakia Dam where Mayu went missing. The Lost Village. In the mountains of the Mikuya area, there was once a massacre in the so-called Lost Village. Years ago, on the night of the certain festival, there was a great massacre and the village disappeared from the map. Only one woman survived. If you walked in the forest where the village once lay, there is a small guardian statue, and if you continue, you will come to the shrine gate that forms the entrance to the village. If you should pass through the gate, you will never return. Well, that's nice to know. The night of the massacre continues in this village where day will never come again, never break. Never again break. And a woman's horrific laugh rings throughout the village. Next, we have the Manor of Bizarre Murders, where the same tragedy recurs. Its scale is smaller, but generally speaking, it resembles the pattern of the village as it is made up of elements based on true incidents. Below is an example of this. It has to do with Mafuyu's disappearance. The House of Manipulation. In the mountains area of Hiroru, there remains a manor where years ago there was said to be a massacre. Excuse me. There have always been vanishings in the nearby forest, and many of the spirited away are said to end up in the manor. Their corpses have been found with both hands, legs, and head severed off. Oh, how lovely. One more example is the seemingly related Manor of Sleep, urban legend that I'm researching now. The Manor of Sleep legend was picked up in various magazines in the 1960s, but incidents with very similar characteristics can be found here and there in older media. This newspaper is from early 1900s, and is of no relation to when the Manor of Sleep legend was taken up by the background of the spirited aways and those people later. Conditions bear many similar to the Manor of Sleep urban legend. I'm still investigating, but these incidents may trace back to the 19th century, and I have seen legends in several folklore books that may have become the basis for the Manor of Sleep. The House of Sleep urban legend. Perhaps this is what Kai was asked to investigate. You add a well-organized notebook on urban legends to your file. After you have received new information, you may find relative books and documents in bookcases or desks. An old newspaper is stuck in the notebook. Series of vanishings occur region. According to sources, before dawn yesterday, a mother and daughter who lived in Maju village went missing. The missing are Maiki Kusuhara and her daughter Kozu. Again, if I mispronounce any of this, I do apologize. Since last year, the two have been searching for Kusuharu's missing husband. The two reportedly wandered the mountains nearly every day. The informant says, I haven't seen them for several days, so I went to visit them. There was no answer, so I went inside, but they were gone. I only saw some black soot-like marks. Similar disappearances are being reported across the area, and some are calling them spirited aways.
Ray, you've been working too hard. You should get some rest.
Heh?
It's raining again. It's raining again.
Oh, that's all you're saying. Okay. Look, you have to be louder, game. I can't just sit idly by and think that you won't do anything. From here you can look across the counter and see the whole of the living room. A real mom's eye view. Boy, this house is actually bigger than I thought it was. Okay. Ooh, what have we got here? Use altar. Oh, that's good to know. Okay, so there's nothing here. Wait a minute. Oh, that's the dark room. Undeveloped film. An old roll of film from inside the camera obscura. There's definitely something on the film. I wonder if I can develop it. An image has appeared of a crying woman. Just as I thought. I must have taken this during that dream. All the film has been developed. The camera obscura, the abandoned house, the picture I took in my dream. Maybe if I investigate this woman, I can find something out. Oh great. We're gonna investigate the woman. Okay, so... Oh, kitty! A faint light presses the curtains and shines through into the entrance area. You're not even going to address the cat? Would have at least pet the cat. In the corner is an ornament potted plant. Looking after it is Miku's job. Come to think of it, Miku looks after just about everything in the house these days. I decided against having a TV in our own rooms and brought a bigger one for the living room instead. I hardly watched it at all these days. The storage space under the stairs is full of old newspapers and magazines. Let's see here. The bookshelf are full of volumes of folklore, philosophy, and ostophology. They are all books Yu used for his work, or ones that were published by his company. There was a time when I used to be interested in them, but it was only a passing phase. In the bookcase, is the book Osculums that Akram wrote about in his letters. The camera obscura is a device used to capture the other world, made by occultist Here we go again. Kunhikyo Osu, from the late 19th to the early 20th century. He tried to communicate with and get proof of this other world. The term occultist referred to people involved in the movement to verify Eastern through using contemporary Western technology. Kunhikyo Haseo is a prime example of such an occultist. The camera obscura was one of his quintessential experiments. He modified the, at the time, still rare camera by adding a special lens and film. It was supposed to capture unbelievable things, normally invisible to the naked eye, like a so-called different phase interval and spirits and ghosts. They are very rare nowadays, but apparently these cameras are still traded among Kuro dealers. Can't even pronounce dealers for some reason. Why? Most have been broken, and we have lost the chance to see the other world, as well as Asura's achievements for eternity. After you have received new information, you may... Woman in the photo. The woman whose image appeared on the film from inside the camera obscura. No doubt about it. It was the same woman I saw inside the manor, in my dream. Just like with you that time. Do I have anything, perhaps? Let's see here. Oh, I should just talk to her, damn it. Okay, whatever. Miku, about the woman in this picture. I was wondering if I could get you to try and find out as much about her as you can. Anything is fine. Yes. Well, this is a very old picture, so I found it in Yu's room. it's okay if you can't find anything out. There was just something about her.
Understood. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Okay. If you show the photo you've developed to Miku, sometimes you can ask her to investigate them for you. If you have them investigated, you can come talk to Miku later to get books and other information. Night has fallen. If you check the bed with the X button, you can sleep. By checking the camera obscura on the desk, you can save your progress. Oh, okay. This is a different format than what we're used to, really. We've got two phases here. We've got the dream vision realm, and then you've got the maternal present realm. So this is interesting. This is completely different than the last Fatal Frame that we played. Also, to see her in her nightgown. Ooh boy. If only I can get a closer view of that. Oh, kitty. To think we could do that. It's like, hey kitty. Wonder what would happen if we went to the dark room. Huh. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Or at least, it doesn't seem like it is. Wonder what would happen if we entered into Yu's room. Okay, so nothing scary happens, so... Okay. Someone tells me we go to sleep, we go and interact with that dream, don't we? Do you want to sleep? Well, I can't really do anything. Aha! We do dream. Oh, it's snowing, isn't it? I love snow. Pretty snow. But not when it's about a creepy old manor. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult you! Did I ever mention how scared I get? Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that zone type thing where I'm looking through it from the very back and it's like eventually. Oh, an item. But it's one of those frames of where it's like if you're very outdistanced, your main focus is towards the character. But every once in a while they'll try to throw in a creepy thing and your eye just go, "What was that?" type thing. It works perfectly, but it scares the living shit out of people. There is a piece of paper or something on the floor. It's not my fault. I didn't choose to survive. Okay. There is a clock on the wall. There are 2 ink boxes on top of an old Japanese chest. The luck cure on the outside of the box is peeling and the color has faded. There is an old Japanese chest. Inside are some old towels and cloth. Nothing to get too excited about. Why would you say that? Don't do that. There is a small kimono inside the chest. It looks like something a young girl might have worn. So I can't pick up the doll? Hello. There's a reason why there's a save point there. No, you don't make that noise. You don't make that noise. There's something there. The door seems held shut by a powerful force. I can feel some sort of strange presence in the air. The camera obscura seems like it's reacting to something. Will I use the camera? Oh, I have to aim upward. An image of something has emerged on the photo. It seems to be a picture of somewhere else. Well, unless I'm mistaken, I believe I was there just a few moments ago. Yeah, because technically it'd be right here, wouldn't it? Under the stairs. Okay, yeah. That should be technically it, shouldn't it? Or at least, I believe it is. Apparently that ain't it. Where would it be at then? Because I'm trying to think the other half of the house. And I'm not... You were doing a creepy thing. Wait, hold on. Aha! That thing was glowing red. Downstairs, isn't it? Wait a second. The screen window is given off a panel gentle light. Gentle light, ugh. Found a part of the camera obscura. You have acquired equipped function alarm. Equipped function alarm. Indicates the fatal frame. When being attacked by a ghost, the top part of the viewfinder may flash red and an alarm will ring. This instant is a more powerful shutter chance. The fatal frame. If you shoot during the fatal frame, you should repel the ghost backwards and inflict great damage. Obviously, if you take another shot while the ghost is being repelled back, you can perform the chain shot. Cool. Let me see if I can equip it then. Not the photo. Camera. Okay, there's a guy there. It was bloody too, so thanks for the nightmares? I knew that thing was growing red for some reason, but I wasn't sure what it was. But now we can open that door. Oh crap! Where'd she go? Oh, crap! Gotcha! Oh crap! Get away! Get away! Get away! Get away! Wait! 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 Get away! Get away! Get away! Get away! I'm making terrible shots right now. Gotcha! Let's see what we can level up. Yeah, we can level up something. Sensitivity, display spirit power, recharge rate, and camera range depending on charge. Displays the maximum amount you can charge your spirit power. Display the range within which you can catch ghosts. We'll go with that. There we go. You were taken. Wow. I called out, but there was no reply. The notebook or something is lying at the feet of the crouching woman. Burnt passport. Surname? Takigaya. Given name? Yoshi. Nationality? Japan. Registered documentally? Shinsokuya. It has been pretty badly scorched, but I can just make out thin traces of writing. Yoshio Takigaya. Could this be her name? tried speaking to her, but there was no response.
You should wake up. Please help me. Please wake me up. I didn't do anything wrong.
I still have no idea what you're saying. She woke up again. And it was starting to get good too. Oh, that bruise again. Only this time it looks like a tattoo. It's like tattoos of snakes, for that matter. The bruises appear. The pain flared up again after my dream of the empty house. Since the vision I had that day, I keep seeing this house in my dream. The pain I felt when the tattoo woman touched me, the bruise, the dream, the house, are they connected to you somehow? Or am I just tired? The woman on the camera film in the camera obscura, who I saw running lost through the dream manor. Her name was written in the charred passport that fell at her feet. Yoshino Takigaya. Does such a person really exist? I'm not sure. Let's see if she uncovered anything. Oh! Hello, kitty. She must have uncovered something. A note has been left on the kitchen counter. Dearie, I've gone out to do some research on the woman from the other day. I'll be back later this evening. Make sure you eat breakfast, okay? Miku. On a dish on the kitchen counter, a breakfast of perfectly made rice balls has been prepared. Ooh, rice balls. I've never really had rice balls, so I have no idea what they're like. I mean, I know technically they're like a form of donut, which is basically rice with like jelly inside, but that's the best that I know. Never tried them. Okay, phone's ringing.
Hello?
Ray, it's Miku.
Oh. Okay. For a second there, I was like, I need to hear you better. I was able to get the name and address of the woman in the photo. Yoshino Takagaya. She's the only survivor of a plane crash that happened the other day. I knew I had seen her before. It all came together when I asked one of the editors. It seemed that she's still being hospitalized. I'll tell you the location of the hospital. Yoshino Takagaya.
I heard from the hospital that she's been asleep for a long time, and no one has been able to wake her.
The tattoos.
I don't want to anymore.
She disappeared. That loud screeching thing, that can get annoying real quickly.
Did you go to the hospital? Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it's the female survivor. Okay? The female survivor. Yoshino Takagaya. It's definitely the same woman I saw in the Dream Manor. The sole survivor of a plane crash. She slept constantly in the hospital after the accident, till the day she disappeared in front of my eyes. The blue pattern appeared on her body, and instead before she vanished. What was it? Is she connected to the woman in my dream? And if so... Well, I figured I'd be doing something else before I end the stream, but go figure, that big thing was enough to keep people hinging on, especially in my case. But at any rate, though, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've been watching this on Twitch, thank you for watching. But if you're watching it on YouTube, be sure to watch out for more of Fatal Frame 3. And we will continue on. Till then, this is BlackCross signing off. Catch you guys later.